Welcome back. This is the third year of the Rocket Mortgage Classic at Detroit Golf Club. The course has yielded low scores since its inception. Bryson DeChambeau, 23 under to win it last year, 25 under for Nate Lashley to win it in its first year. Joining us now from ESPN, golf writer Tom VanHaaren. Dude, always a pleasure to have you out here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
When you're sitting next to that trophy and you think about how low these guys go, Bryson DeChambeau seemed like a favorite coming into this week. Drama unfolds before he even starts, and he's not with us this weekend. How did things go so wrong for Bryson so quickly?
Well, I think one of the factors was the course is playing a lot different than it has in years past. With him, his bomb and see what happens mentality, Patrick Reed actually said in past, the fairways were running out, and so you could get quite a bit of distance. But this year, with all the rain, all the wetness, you weren't really getting any distance off of the tee. And so I think with the rain in the rough, if you're not hitting the fairway, you can get in a lot of trouble. Because with this course, if you don't hit it next to the pin, you're going to have a tough putt in. And so I think he just got himself into trouble. And then you factor in all the outside noise, losing his caddy, even the Brooks Koepka stuff. All of that has to factor into your performance and the mental side of this.
He left here and didn't answer questions, and yet he's going to be on national TV on The Match in just a few days here, where he'll have to address at some point the fact that his caddy's not with him any longer. Was it surprising to you to see him kind of stay away from the spotlight after being in it throughout the last couple of weeks? Absolutely.
He's the ambassador to this place along with Ricky Fowler. And he was at the Media Day event. He was made available to everybody there. And in my mind, if you're at this type of event and you're supposed to be one of the spokespeople for the city of Detroit, for the organization, for the charities, you have to at least acknowledge it. You have to at least talk to the media. And this is always one of those things where the fans, maybe they don't care as much if they don't talk to us, but it's one of the duties out here. It's one of the responsibilities, and you can't, just because things go wrong, you can't stay away from it and just head out of town. So I was surprised by it.
He's not the only big name that didn't make the cut. Hideki Matsuyama had to withdraw because he tested positive for COVID-19. And while Matsuyama won the Masters, there's a tension now of how this could impact the next major.
That's right. The Open Championship, the British Open, whatever you want to call it, whatever your preference is, that's coming up soon. And he did test positive. And so now with the protocols in place, it's less than 2 weeks away from that tournament. He's going to have to quarantine. He's going to have to go out basically 3 days until the British Open starts. So he's going to be cutting it close. And you add in the Open, once you get across the pond in Europe, they've got their own protocols. They're basically going to keep everyone at home. They're not allowed to go outside of their houses. It's going to be cutting it close to see if he can even make it, if he's going to be able to play in that tournament.
When people were wondering what big names would commit to this, there were factors in play. That's certainly one of them. And as that protocol has certainly taken shape at the British Open, I think we can all be thankful for the guys that did make this trip here and to compete for it. ESPN's Tom VanHaaren will be with us throughout the hour. He'll be with us throughout the weekend. He's been contributing to our coverage. If you check things out on ESPN.com with his work and WXYZ.com for a lot of the video, he's been with us. Tom will be back later in the show to talk about Phil Mickelson, because there's not enough to talk about with Phil Mickelson, and Tom will be with us. Thanks, man.
Yeah.